know how wonderful it is when you can take a pill which makes that pain just go away.
For millions of people in Britain, that pill was Coproxamol. And in January, the drug lost its licence, though, because it is toxic in overdose. It kills you very quickly.
It does kill you very quickly, but doctors are confused about whether they can still prescribe it. Many patients have been switched to drugs which don't work as well for them.
Julia George has been investigating the Coproxamol story, and she joins us now. Morning, Jules. What have you found out?
Well, it's an interesting painkiller. It's been prescribed to millions of people in this country, going right back to the 1960s. Now, if you took it as prescribed, the therapeutic dose, very effective and perfectly safe. But as you pointed out, there's a real concern about what happens in overdose. If you take a lot of tablets, either deliberately or accidentally, it can kill you extremely quickly. You might not even make it to hospital. So at the beginning of this year, the licence for Coproxamol was revoked, and GPs were told to take as many patients as possible off the drug and to move them onto other similar painkillers. And that's exactly what happened to Jenny Pearl.
There's the kind of constant niggling, ongoing pain, which is just there all the time. And if you just sit and think about it, you probably go mad. But then if you try and do something, or if you move, or you can get a kind of sudden sharp pain as well, which is like somebody sticking a knife into your hip or into your shoulder.
Jenny Pearl was just 13 when her immune system turned on her. Her adult life has been one long battle with rheumatoid arthritis. At the moment, the disease seems to be winning.
I have a lot more pain now than I had before. The Coproxamol would pretty much keep on top of it for the majority of the time. Now I've got constant pain again.
Jenny's taking more drugs than ever now, and it's not doing her overall health any good. Her most recent blood tests show her body is in real distress.
I already take tablets which protect my stomach. I've now got the anti-nausea ones. You know, how far do you take it? You're taking pills to counteract the pills.
Jenny has a tiny supply of Coproxamol left.
I've got about a dozen, and they're like gold dust to me. I you know, if I'm at screaming point, then I will take a couple. And I know that it's getting worse, and I know that long term, I'm going to get upset now. Sorry. Whatever you do, you're getting kicked in the teeth. Really. I mean, you know, my consultant's great and he helps as much as he can, and my GP's fantastic. And you know,
But they can't give you the one thing you want.
But they can't give me the one thing I want, and they can't actually wave a magic wand and make it go away. Now, Coproxamol wasn't a magic wand, but it was the closest thing I had.
It's very sad for people like Jenny, but here's the real sting. She should still be getting Coproxamol. When the licence was revoked, GPs were told that they should try and whittle down their list of patients to as small a group as possible, and that would be the group who really couldn't tolerate anything else, and Jenny clearly falls into that category. And they should carry on prescribing, but the problem is, if you prescribe a drug that doesn't have a licence, you're legally exposed. And doctors are saying that's just too big a threat. You shouldn't put us in that position.
Why is it such a muddle?
I think it's a muddle because the MHRA, the licensing authority, tried to do the right thing. They said it's dangerous, so we should take as much of it out of circulation as possible. But we understand there are people like Jenny, and they still need to be able to get hold of the drug. But that's the theory. In effect, what's happened is a total lack of consistency across the country. So you have some doctors who didn't even tell their patients that this was coming. They just didn't give them the prescription anymore, or just told them they couldn't have it. You've got some doctors who are saying to their patients, look, if you sign a legal indemnity and you promise you're not going to sue me if something goes wrong, you can have the drug. And then you've got other doctors who are doing it effectively by the letter, and they're the ones who are saying to their patients, I will continue to prescribe this to you as long as you understand the risks here. Now, big charities like Arthritis Care are saying today, it's time we had another look at this because it's not working. There may have been a good intention in the first place, but it's just not working in practice, and we're seeing a lot of people really suffering because they can't get hold of the painkiller, the one thing that works for them.
Okay. Thanks very much, Jules. We're talking to the licensing body a bit later, aren't we? And we're also talking to somebody who thinks it's a good idea that it's been taken off. So, Jules, for the moment, thank you very much. If you've had any